It's your girl Tiffany, Malicious Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces high priestess, aka the light that shines like a diamond, also known as your modern day nun, one who isn't within a coven, a convent, or a covenant. I do thank you all for listening and for watching on today. If y'all will be so kind to please like, share, and subscribe, it will be greatly, greatly appreciated. This is going to be another one of my tea time therapy with Tiffany, guys. So we're obviously going to we're gonna discuss some things, okay? We're gonna make this real short and sweet because, like, some things was understood don't need to be discussed, but at the same time, we gonna get it. We gonna go in, okay? And so usually I have an overall topic for this. I'm probably going to, I have like three different topics, but I'm probably going to hit like all three topics in this segment of Tea Time Therapy with Tiffany, okay? One of which, okay, which is down my list. As you can see, I have a whole list, very organized. I have a whole list of different topics that we're going to discuss at some point in time. But we are down to, we are down to topics number 23, 24, 25, and 26. It's probably, it's probably how we're going to try to sum up all these different topics. So topic number 23 is witches, warlocks, and demons. Oh my. Topic number 24 is survival in the midst of a shutdown showdown. Topic number 25 is how does one become so fucked up? And topic number 26 is entitlement really entitlement when you offered the lie? Okay, so guys, this kind of touch each one of those topics. I kind of meant to make its own segment, but all of those things really kind of sums up a lot of different things that people are dealing with and experiencing right now. Okay, people in their feelings, honey, people in their emotions, people stressed, they worried, they depressed, they dealing with anxiety, they having sleepless nights, honey. Okay, people got headaches, people tired, people, back hurt, they brought too tight, they booty shake from the left to the right, bitch. Somebody going through something somewhere, okay? From people losing their jobs to people who still got their jobs but furloughed and not getting paid for the jobs that they are working, to people being without services, assistance, support, stability, security, guidance, you know what I'm saying, to people who are juggling, struggling, people who are lonely and suffering, people who are without family, friends, loved ones, people who is somebody somewhere going through some thing, guys, okay? To people who are like, on the verge of a mental breakdown, to people who are worried about their living situations, arrangements, housing, and different things like that. There's a lot of different people that's going through, okay? You got some that's worried about housing, some who's worried about food, some who's worried about medical needs and different things, to some who's worried about employment, to some who's worried about income and different things like that, or what have you, guys. But it's like, it's a lot that is going on, okay? And it's a lot easier before you go through an awakening. I'm not sure how many of y'all who are listening to this have experienced an awakening before in your life, okay? If you haven't experienced an awakening before, because it's like, I feel like there's many different levels to awakenings and different type of awakenings and different things like that, or what have you. I personally feel like that there's some type of shift that happens. Like, I don't know if I want to say in the world or in your world or just in your mind and body, around the age of 30. Okay, sometime between the end of your 20s and your 30s, okay? A lot of people go through their first awakenings, okay? So if you're someone who hasn't experienced awakening, but there are a lot of people who are older than that who are just are not awake, are not aware, are not prepared, are not, you know what I'm saying, and different things like that. And that could be for, you know, various different reasons. Okay. But the one thing I do know is, like, before we are what is called awakened, you know what I'm saying? Or even if you don't want to particularly say awaken, if you want to say knowledgeable, have certain insights about things, are wise about things, or enlightened about things, however you want to look at it, whatever you want to call it, whatever title you want to put on it. Okay, most people just say awaken. Okay, because a lot of people, you know, it be some eyes wide shut type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Your eyes is open, and you know, you have sight to see, but you know, a lot of people see things surface level with the naked eye alone. And you know, you would be surprised as to how many things it's possible for you not to see that's right in your face, before your naked eye, and you're just not aware of it. Okay, so that's where the whole term awakening comes from. Okay, so before people experience some level of awakening or awareness or insight or enlightenment or wisdom or what have you, people are blissfully, ignorantly, blindly optimistic about life. If you think about it, okay, it doesn't matter what we endure, guys, what we go through, downfalls, setbacks, or whatever. We look at things, we, you know, surface level, and just think life is life. You know what I'm saying? Relationships break up, friendships break up, families break up. You know what I'm saying? Some of us didn't have parents at all. Some of you only come from one, parent household. Some of you, didn't have family at all. You may have grew up in the system or something like that. Some of you grew up poor. You know what I'm saying? Everybody go through something. So everybody experienced something, but it doesn't matter what we go through. Whether it's issues with your family, you lose a job, you know what I'm saying? You have a major breakup in your life, or there's deaths in the family. People go through things, but it doesn't matter what we go through. When we are still blind, we are blissfully, ignorantly, blindly optimistic about life. We tell ourselves when we don't succeed, we try again. Trouble don't last always. You know what I'm saying? We are taught to have faith and to believe, and prayer changes things, and all of these different things that a lot of us get told throughout our lives before we go through an awakening. So when we go through something, even though that's something that we go through may hurt us, may cause us to fall down, may cause us to have a down, you know what I'm saying? Some type of downfall or setback in some type of way. We like, you know what I'm saying? We deal with it, we try to heal from it, and we move on from it. Why? Because the world just keeps on spinning. It don't matter who you are and what you go through. The world is not going to stop turning for nobody, right? So we figure out how to survive, how to cope, how to heal, how to move the fuck on from whatever it is that we have dealt with, okay? And a lot of people have dealt with a lot of different things, from loss of life to abuse to neglect to abandonment to loneliness to struggle in all kinds of ways. But we blissfully, blindly, ignorantly optimistic about life, no matter what we go through. Okay, it's not until you have that awakening, and we're able to see things truthfully, honestly, for exactly what things truly really are, that it really becomes heartbreaking, that you end up face there with yourself and the world, and you trying to figure out what the fuck was worse, being blind and unfuck aware, or being awakened and living in a nightmare wide the fuck awake. You understand what I'm saying? Because once you awake, you can't go back to sleep. And once you awaken to all the things a lot of things that was in plain sight all along that you never did see before. Okay, because one of the main things that you want to do when you go through awakening, because see, most people don't go through an awakening like as a team, as a group. People go through individual awakenings. You know what I'm saying? So most people, when you go through an awakening, the first thing you want to do is talk to the people who are close to you, your friends, your lovers, your family, to see, did you seeing this? Did you know about this? Has this always been around? When did this start? You be want to talk to somebody. You be want to tell somebody. You're trying to figure out, because you never knew that things were so bad. You know what I'm saying? And we went through life being fed regurgitated lies, and we were blissfully ignorant about the life that we live in. So we delude ourselves. We believe in people that we should have never put our faith in. We look up to people who were not righteous and who lied to us and abused us at the same freaking time. But we looked up to these people and we believed in these people, and it gave us hope when we were blind that, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't so bad, that we could make it, that we could survive and things. And it's not until you go through an awakening that you realize that everything that you have ever been taught was a lie. So you faced with the reality of real freaking world, and you trying to figure out how the fuck did you cope and you survive this. You know what I'm saying? And some of us end up being the fuck targets, because you wake up too goddamn much, and you end up waking up and you fucking rise up and you fuck around and speak up, because before you was awakened, you didn't see no evil, hear no evil, speak of no evil. But from the moment that you are awakened, you see evil. You speaking about this evil. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You hearing this evil, and it's all the fuck around you. And it's like, from the moment you wake up, it's like every hope, wish, dream, desire, ambition, motivation, determination that you had is like completely depleted from you in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? When you face what life really is, okay? And it amazes me how many people in the world lie to themselves just to trick their own mind into believing that everything is okay. A lot of people, there are a lot of beautiful sights in the freaking world. Beautiful places in the freaking world. Beautiful landscapes, animals, nature, beautiful sights to see. But it doesn't change the evil and the wickedness and the sinister things that's all around us. We are battling with things that we wasn't even told or taught or knew existed when we were awakened. You didn't learn from your family, nor in school, nor in church, nor in the workforce, nor from the government, that you had to be aware of witches and warlocks and sorcerers and dark priests and dark priestess, Wiccans and witch practitioners, witch doctors, you know what I'm saying, illusionists and voodooists and things. You had no idea that you needed to be worried about such a thing. Okay, many of you remember being told about not getting involved in, not in the wrong crowds and different things. Okay, and not talking to strangers and things like that. That's what you remember. There's certain things that you don't find out wholeheartedly until you go through an awakening, and you're like, this shit, like, for real. There was dangers lurking all around you all along. I'm not sure about y'all, but I've told y'all before, I never knew. I was shielded from a lot of things. A lot of things was hidden from me, okay? And these people was right around me. I'm talking about right in arm's length vicinity of me, okay? I'm not even just talking about people at a distance way somewhere else in another state, in another country, in another world or something. I didn't know shit about secret societies until I awakened. Never knew. And I had Eastern Stars and Freemasons around me all my life. I didn't know they fucking existed. I had never heard of the fucking secret society a day before in my life. As far as like groups and different things like that, other than like sororities and fraternities and things like that or whatever, I didn't know of anything about no secret societies, Jesuits, Knights and Templars, Skulls and Bones. I never heard of such a thing. And so I went through an awakening. And I was appalled when I first awakened, because I'm like, wow, these people really is a part of this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking these people on the surface at first, not realizing at first that them people been around me, very close to me, all my fucking life. Had no clue. You know what I'm saying? And some of you, you know what I'm saying? Some of you may have been privileged to being around people who basically initiated you into certain shit, brought you into the fold of certain things, and, indoctrinated you with certain of these things or what have you. But the majority of us was not. Especially for those of us who have been targets all our life. Endured, we were the sacrificial lamb all along. Endured mind control and satanic ritual abuse. There were things that was purposely hidden from us on purpose so that we would never know. This is the reason why they never wanted us to wake up, okay? But people lie to themselves. It amazes me how people lie to themselves and trick themselves. You hear people all the time, oh, you have to speak positive affirmations. And there's nothing wrong with positive affirmations. But if you break down positive affirmations, this is just basically you lying to yourself and believing your own lies until something manifests in your life. And then you tell yourself, see, these positive affirmations work. You can tell yourself, I am rich for 40 years and it never fucking happens. And it just so happened that you come into a large lump sum of money, I don't know, win the lottery, go to the casino, hit the jackpot, or become successful in some type of way where you get rich. You know what I'm saying? And then that person's like, my positive affirmations paid off. Bitch, you have lied to yourself and believed your lies all this fucking time, tricking your own fucking mind until something manifested itself into your life. But it took you all of this damn long time, you telling yourself this. Now, some affirmations make sense. You looking yourself in the mirror and you saying, I am beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that because you are beautiful. Whether another person think you are beautiful or not. Okay? I am hardworking. You know what I'm saying? And because that is like, those type of affirmations, positive affirmations are like personally catered to you, your person, your being, your lifestyle, and things that you can specifically work on within you. This makes sense. I am focused. I am determined. I am hardworking. You know what I'm saying? Not drastically outrageous shit that just does not exist, that you are making up and tricking your own mind, lying to yourself. And this is what the world do. Everybody lies to themselves to make themselves think that they are okay. And the majority of you, as long as you're entertained or you're distracted in some type of way, as long as you got money in your pocket, as long as you got some type of job, as long as you're in a relationship with who you want to be in a relationship with, as long as you can chill and hang out with your friends, you can go on a vacation, as long as you got what you feel like you want or need, and that's going to be different for different people. To make you feel good, you think everything in the world is all right, and it's not. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. Okay? Because none of that changed the evil, the wicked, the toxicity of this world and what's going on in this world. There is demonic shit that is being conjured up every single day all the fuck around us. And people turn a blind eye. You lie to yourself. Make yourself believe that you are living your best life and there's no such thing. What is a best life? Because you got money in your pocket does not make it a best fucking life. Because you are having good sex or in a relationship with somebody, it's not a best life. Because you were fortunate enough to get married and have a spouse and have well-behaved children, and because you have a family, that's not a best life. Those are important things to have in life. That does actually mean something. You understand what I'm saying? But the evil and the wicked and the wickedness and the toxicity is around you and all of those things that makes you feel good every single day, that could hurt, harm, and endanger you, your loved ones, or anybody else every single day, is what you lie to yourself the fuck about. Okay? We put blind faith in people, places, and things without fucking question. The majority of you, because somebody has a college degree, because somebody is in a particular position, title, or role, because a person it becomes of a certain bloodline or is wealthy and have a certain amount of money within a certain tax bracket, you blindly put your faith and your trust in them and cling on to everything that they have to say like it's holy word, when there's a statistical fact and it has been known that these people have been lying to you since the beginning of time. They don't even have any reason to even tell you the fucking truth other than to manipulate you the way they want to manipulate you. But you blindly put your faith and your trust in them off of surface level shit about them. Them having an education, them having a degree, them having a particular job, them having a certain amount of money, them having a nice car and a nice home and different things like that, or what have you. You understand what I'm saying? But you put your faith in men and they will fail you every time. So it hurts to the core, and it's heartbreaking when you put your faith in certain individuals that you looked up to, that you believed in, and when they break your heart and they stab you in your back and you know, they dog you out and mistreat you in some type of way, you feel in some type of way, but you were the one who put your blind trust and faith in those persons. And you tricked yourself, you lied to your own mind into believing whatever you wanted to believe, because guess what? The evil, the wicked, the toxicity, the demonic, the demons, they was around you all along. The witches, the warlocks, the demons, the sorcerers, the swords, they was around you all along. The cults, the covens, the secret societies was around you all along. Every satanic, masonic, demonic thing was around you all along. And as long as you was okay and you was feeling all right, you turned a blind eye to it. And everything else that was going on in the world, because it didn't affect you, because it didn't hit your doorstep, because it didn't hit home with you, collective. But the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of people who are going through a lot of shit right now and it's having a hard time coping because you were never fed nothing but lies. Even by your own kind, who come to find out you didn't find out until you were awakened, were sellouts all the fucking along. And then put you up on the chopping block. For some of you all. Okay? So a lot of people in survival mode is what I'm telling you right now. In the midst of this shutdown, showdown ass shit that is going to hell on, okay? But I just wonder, how does one become so fucked up, collective? How does one become so fucked up that they will waste their time, their energy, their effort, their life wishing ill will and death upon another? But you tricking yourself to believe that everything is all right just because there are beautiful sights in the world. Just because you feeling good right now and got things that you want right now, that doesn't make everything okay. You could get $1 million tomorrow, tax-free, all yours. And guess what? You would still be in the world saturated with evil, wickedness, demonic entities, deities, demons, devils, and all kinds of shit. Guess what? And that $1 million, if you got that $1 million tomorrow tax-free, guess what? If you were a targeted individual right now, your ass still gonna be a target. Ain't gonna change it. You'll be targeted probably even more. With that $1 million, you couldn't go and buy none of the most important things that really mean something that you need in this world. That's love. You can't buy love nowhere. Not at Walmart, not at Amazon, not at Target, not in Dillard's. You can't buy it at the mall, nowhere. Okay? You can't buy love. You can't buy real, authentic friendships and support. You can't buy any of that. The most important things in this world don't cost a dime, and it's the hardest to get. You can't buy family. A loving, nurturing, supportive family. You can't buy that shit nowhere. That's not in the marketplace. You can't buy that. It's the most important. You can't buy it anywhere. all of the most important things. But a lot of y'all think with money would solve every fucking thing. A lot of y'all hoping and wishing and praying for a large amount of money right now, and it wouldn't change nothing that is evil, wicked, toxic, or demonic in the world once you got it. Sure, it would enable you to buy more things. You will be able to buy more expensive clothes or shoes, or buy you a nice car, or get you a nice home, or get you nice accessories and jewelries and different things like that. Money can't do nothing but buy you material things that your flesh would want, that'll make you feel like you are somebody. That's all money can do. Money can't make nobody love you. No, money can't make nobody really care about you. Okay? None of that. But a lot of y'all feel like money would solve all the freaking problems that you have right the fuck now. Money would definitely help you out of a bind. Money would do a whole lot for somebody who got nothing at all. You understand what I'm saying? But money wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? You having money right now, you being stable and secure right now, ain't gonna save these missing babies. Ain't gonna lower the crime rates. People are dying on a daily basis. You having money ain't gonna change that. People are being illegally invaded and violated on a daily basis. Money wouldn't change that. Witches and warlocks will still be in this world, whether you got money or not. The money shit will still be happening in this world, whether you got money or not. All the toxicity in this world will still be there, whether you got money or not. You having money wouldn't change pollutions, viruses, disease, none of that. It wouldn't change none of that. But a lot of people feel like that all you need is just a little bit more money, and you need this and you need that or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of us who need. It's a lot of us who need. But the fact of the matter is that it would not change what is wrong in this world. Okay? How could someone be so evil that they would dedicate themselves to stripping another of their own free will, their freedom, their peace of mind, by purposely sabotaging and ruining another's life? And these are the type of people that we have in the world. This is what is going on in this world right now today, and it's being done by witches and warlocks and demons. It's being done by sellouts. It's being done by demonically possessed people who are cursed, who are soulless, who are heartless. You got people who are out here abusing. These bitch witches are out here, and I don't know who they think they are, but they're abusing this witchcraft. Witchcraft, sorcery, black magic, voodoo, hoodoo, hexes, curses, spells, evil eyes, santerias, or whatever else kind of dark arts that they do to violate spiritual laws as well as legal laws to manipulate and control another for their own ill wills. That is what is going on in this world, collective. Playing God in other people's life by way of black magic and voodoo, by way of artificial intelligence, alien intelligence, illegal technologies, mind controlling people, brainwashing people, targeting people, triggering people, invading and violating people's privacies and basic human rights. For the sole purpose to end the life or the existence of another. That's what's going on, collective. That is what is going on in the world in which we live in, collective. So how do one become so fucked up? This is the reason why things that is going on right now today, things that is going on behind the scenes, things that's been going on for the longest, it's the very reason why it's happening in the first place. So that's definitely something for y'all to think about. And I briefly spake about something in the last reading that I just posted, okay? Because there's a lot of shit that is going on, collective, okay? And like I told y'all in my last reading, I have seen in the last few days, I have seen the most ridiculous, the most ignorant, the most selfish shit I have ever seen from all kinds of people, from all sides of the spectrum of the things that is going on, y'all. And I don't subscribe to ignorance. I don't subscribe to stupidity. Okay? So it's a lot of people who are saying a lot of shit and doing a lot of shit all the way across the board. And I don't want anybody to get anything misconstrued and thinking that I'm in that number of individuals that's careless and reckless and radical and childish and ignorant in any type of fucking way, because I am not. I have heard the most ridiculous shit, and we're gonna go tit for fucking tat, back and fucking forth. There's a white woman now. This woman drives a 2024 BMW. She says she gets $4,200 in food stamps. She gets $2,000 and some dollars in cash assistance. She gets gets Section 8. And she's upset by the shutdown and different things or what have you, because she's saying that they have stripped her of her benefits and different things like this or what have you, bitch. But my thing is, where the fuck did you get the money? Like, did you get the money to drive a 2000? I'm sitting here without a fucking vehicle. And plenty of other people are. And even people who have fucking vehicles are not driving up to date BMWs. Oh, by the way, she said she had like 6-7 kids as well. Okay? And so these are the very people who are saying ignorant things and like, what am I supposed to do? And you know, like, people are supposed to, they supposed to have this, and people are supposed to be giving them this and giving them that or what have you. But I'm like, those of us who are really out here to fuck try don't have transportation to fuck at all, let alone a fucking BMW. Okay? But I also know this is a whole lot of fuck shit going on, because if y'all haven't been paying attention, there's a whole lot of regurgitated stories going on. You're seeing different people, some of the same people. Now, at this point, I feel like these people are paid fucking crisis actors, okay? Because there's a lot of people out here talking about they got 7 fucking kids, specifically 7. It's been, I heard from 6 to 7 to 9. Because the one chick said she got 9 kids and she was pregnant with the fuck triplets. Okay? And I heard people with the same script. It's coming off scripted. The same script that they have 7 kids. And they drive a nice car. And they getting all this food stamps. And all of this, Section 8. And all of this cash assistance and different shit like that. And I'm sitting here like, never in my life, bitch. I ain't never got no thousands of dollars ever in food stamps. I've never in my life been on Section 8. I was on housing when I was a teenager. When I was like 17 years old, I was on housing. I stayed in the fucking projects. And I was only there maybe a couple years. Okay? And I worked my ass off. I was young, but back then I was working 2-3 jobs at a fucking time. Okay? And I was still, even though I had a discounted rent, I was still paying fucking rent. It wasn't no $2, $5 and shit. I was still paying about $200, like $150, $200 per rent. But this was in projects. You understand what I'm saying? I haven't had that shit since I was a teenager. Okay. As far as benefits, since my child has been born, you know, most people get WIC in the infancy of their child, right after your child is born. They don't last forever. You understand what I'm saying? As far as benefits, I haven't had anything more than food stamps and Medicaid. You understand what I'm saying? So I done heard a lot of people, and it is appalling. I mean, it's people talking about stuff I didn't even know was the fuck available, bitch. Well, I did, but I didn't on some of these things. And just wondering what states that the fuck they in with all that they saying that they get in. But these are the very people who is like coming off like, ah, bitch, I don't want to work. I ain't gotta let y'all take the taxpayers' dollars to pay for me and my kid. That's the most ignorant, dumbest shit I done ever heard in my fucking life. And I'ma say it. It is. It the fuck is. Okay? And I'm not in that number of fucking motherfuckers who want to say ignorant, dumb shit. Okay? Because if you're capable and you're able, then why not? But there's a lot of people around here who ain't got nothing, who don't have nobody, who really juggling and struggling the fuck for real. And it's a lot of us who are targeted into fucking individuals who it's bad enough that we're already in poverty and we're juggling and we're fucking struggling and trying our best. But when you are a targeted individual, whatever your hardship is, it is magnified times 10 when you are a targeted individual. So life is made even more harder and miserable for you to even survive and fucking exist. Okay? But even when I had a car, my shit was like, what, like a 2007, 2008 Impala. Well, was it even that? Yeah, something like that. Somewhere between the 2000s, because I've had more than one Impala before. Somewhere between the 2004 and the 2008 Impala, bitch. Okay? That these people sabotaged. I put all the money that I got in to keep it maintenance, keep up the maintenance, just so I could fucking work. And you got motherfuckers out here driving BM fucking W's who getting $4,000 in fucking food stamps and shit, and thousands of fucking dollars in cash assistance and shit, and got free rent because you getting Section fucking 8 and shit. Okay? And I ain't no hating bitch. It is what it is. Because the fact of the matter is, the more children you have and different things like that, the more services and benefits that you qualify for and that you get. Which is why a lot of these people who got this large number of fucking benefits and different things like that, they get that. I'm not supposed to have no whole bunch of fucking babies just so I can have the fuck more, bitch. I'm not that bitch. The whole hood not supposed to run up in me raw and knock me the fuck up and leave me before the child the fuck is born just for me to get some more motherfucking benefits. Yeah, we're not doing that. It's not that type of fucking party over here, not with me. Okay? But this type of shit goes on in the fucking world. But the audacity of motherfucker, I don't want to work. I don't have to work. And I even get the person who no longer wants to work for these particular companies and businesses and organizations and shit. Okay? Because you go and work for these people and you work your fingers to the goddamn bone. They want you get hired for one goddamn job and you get the job and you got to do 2, 3, 4, 5 motherfucking jobs, and you doing jobs that they don't even know how to do they goddamn self, and they pay you a little bit of fucking nothing and you still need the fuck assistance. And then when they done with you and your motherfucking services, they fire you when they get the fuck ready and lay your ass the fuck off. So I even get the people who like fuck working for other goddamn people. Cause see, with Walmarts and Amazons and fucking FedEx and UPS and goddamn Targets and all these other businesses to fail to fucking realize the majority of their motherfucking employees, if not all of them, also get some type of government fuck assistance. Why? Because they're not getting paid the fuck enough off their salaries to not qualify for that shit. Not unless they are single. If they are single, then you know what I'm saying? Per state guidelines, they'll probably say they make too much to get any assistance. If they have children or any fucking thing, even working those jobs, it still qualifies them for some level of assistance or whatever it is that they need assistance with. Because they still fall below a certain threshold. Okay? So I'm not with the stupidity. All the motherfuckers is out here like, oh, they don't want to work, they ain't gotta work, and all this other kinds of shit right now. Bitch, if they hadn't sabotaged my car, bitch, I would be clocked in working a job that I still fucking got right the fuck now. You can believe that shit. We'd be having this conversation later when the fuck I got off work, bitch. I ain't never in my life done woke up and like, fuck them damn jobs. I'm not doing no work, any type of goddamn work. And it don't matter what type of fucking work, even if you work for yourself, even if you got you a side hustle, even if you want to be an entrepreneur and you start your own little side business, bitch. They could be mowing damn yards, they could be baking fucking cookies, they could be the cupcake, the lady, the candy lady, whoever the hell you want to be, whatever the fuck you want to do to make money the legal goddamn way. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand that shit. I don't. And motherfuckers around here driving around in fucking BMWs and shit like that or whatever. And people that ain't even got cars. That's fucking working hard in a bitch or trying their fucking best. And you try being a targeted individual, a single mother with no help, no family, no friends, no lover, no fucking support, and taking care of a child, at least a single child with disabilities, and trying to work and shit through and figure out how to be a good provider for you and your fucking child alone. And you got nothing, and you got no fucking body. It's hard as the fuck bitch, but you got to keep trying and doing something. Okay? So I want to say that all the time. I want to say that the fuck all the time. I feel like a long time ago, people, you know what I'm saying? People need to stop carelessly and recklessly having all these children. I don't know how people, and a lot of people act like they real. A lot of people like to claim that they awake and aware and different shit like that. But you couldn't possibly be the fuck awake when you still carelessly and recklessly bringing babies into this world just for them to be the fuck slaves. If you awake and you are fucking aware, you would know how fucked up this world the fuck is. How toxic it the fuck is. Why would you want to bring new life into this world just for them to be a statistic, just for them to be a fucking slave, just for them to have to sell their soul or their ass, just for them to make it? Because turns out the only way you can be all you can fucking be and be somebody and go some goddamn where is if you sell the fuck out first. Okay? Because people done learned the hard way. It don't matter how many talent, skills, or abilities you got. It don't matter how creative you are, artistic you are, what kind of spiritual gifts you got. It doesn't even matter what level of education you the fuck have. That's only going to take you so far. And then you're going to get to a door or a gate, however you want to look at it. And you're going to run into motherfuckers that's on a higher level. And to pass that threshold, you got to go through them. And there's some other shit that you got to do that ain't got shit to do with your goddamn education. It ain't got shit to do with your talent, skills, or abilities, bitch. To get you where you want to be. That's unless you humble yourself and decide that you are comfortable with, you know what I'm saying? Only having a certain level of success and progression. To be stable and secure on a lower level and still live a comfortable life. And you humble in that sense that it is possible. Okay? But once you start reaching levels of, tech levels, corporate levels, industry levels, government levels, and different shit, there's some other shit behind the scenes you got to do. I mean, it's still like that on lower levels. Y'all be surprised as to how many motherfuckers around here selling their soul for popular social media channels. Just to be content creators and goddamn influencers and shit. You'd be surprised as to how many of them are selling out on a lower level even for that. But it's going on. So everybody's in survival. This is what's going on. Okay? Now, I've also heard the people who say, I don't care about you. I don't care about your children. My tax dollars is not going to take care of you. Well, bitch, guess what? You ain't making that damn much for your tax dollars to go that far of a way any fucking way. And what the fucking make you think that if you paying taxes, other people ain't paying the fuck taxes too? Because they done paid in taxes to qualify for the very motherfucking assistance. Just because you pay taxes and you don't need any motherfucking assistance, other people, it doesn't mean that other people aren't paying taxes yet need the fucking assistance too. Because the fact of the matter is, the majority of the people who need, about 75 to 80% of people who need extra assistance are paying the fuck taxes, bitch. Your taxes. Only a small percentage of your taxes go towards services like Planned Parenthood and medical assistance for people, you know, Medicaids and Medicares and food stamps and different shit. Did you not know that your taxes also go towards every fucking war that they want to fucking fund? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't for the fuck for a war, but your tax dollar still going towards it. Did you know that people who have been sentenced to death, they let them motherfuckers, after they have given them a death sentence, let them sit on motherfucking death row for 20, 30, 40 fucking years before they execute them, bitch? You got your tax dollars is feeding them every day, clothing them every day, and every other motherfucking resource that they have in there. Did you not know that people who are in the penitentiary can take college courses for the fuck free while you are the fuck in debt from going to college if you went to college? Okay, and that's not to hate on the services that the people get in other prisons and the jails and different things. Because me personally, I feel like the people is already overpopulated. I feel like people who have committed non-violent crimes shouldn't be locked up that long or still be locked up any fucking way. They should all be the fuck released. That's people for non-violent crimes. Okay? Because guess what? It's your tax dollars that is paying for that. A lot of people be hooping and hollering about, oh, that motherfucker gonna get locked up, and I want that motherfucker to get locked up. You gonna pay for it. You gonna pay for their uniforms. You gonna pay for them to eat. You gonna pay for them to live and breathe every motherfucking day. And guess what? They ain't gotta pay no taxes, and they ain't gotta go to work every day, and they ain't gotta take care of their motherfucking self. Yeah, it's got some type of order. They do some type of works and different things like that. But you not know the works that the people do in the fucking prisons and the different shit. They work towards things that goes back out to the world for your motherfucking ass. But your tax dollars pay for them to eat, to live, to breathe, the uniforms, the soap, toilet, or whatever the fuck that is that they get. Why the fuck they're in there? It's the people's tax dollars that go to a whole lot of shit. For people who are locked up, for wars, not just for these assistance programs and different things like that, for people who are in need of them. So for people to be steady throwing that shit up and saying that shit. Okay, and there's a lot of people out here, oh, get a job, bitch. Did you not know that 75% of people who are getting government assistance do have other forms of income? Whether they have an actual job or not, they have some sort of income. Because if a person is getting disability, that disqualifies them from being able to work. See, certain programs automatically qualifies you for other programs. Food stamps and Medicaid go together. If you qualify for food stamps, you automatically qualify for Medicaid. If you qualify for disability, you automatically qualify for food stamps. Okay? Because all of that shit, no matter which one is applied for, you're qualified for it because you are still under a threshold of making a certain amount of money. 75% of the people who are getting some type of government assistance has some type of income coming in, whether they're punching a fucking clock for you or not. If they're disabled, if they have a disability, that means they're getting a disability check, whether it's disability insurance or Social Security disability, which is two different things. Social Security disability is a person who has a disability. Social Security insurance, that is Social Security money that a person has paid in through their taxes that they have gotten to so old to an age where they can collect those benefits. Those people are on a fixed income. That's the only money they get for the entire fucking month, which automatically puts them under a certain tax bracket. Puts them in a poverty level, which automatically acquires automatically qualifies them for food stamps. Do you know how many people are working, have jobs, are in school? Some people have part-time jobs and they're in school. Some people have full-time jobs and still need assistance. You don't get the full amount, okay? Whatever your income is deducted from the full. So let's just say in today's time, and the numbers may be different. I have to look it up. So, but let's just say for two people, say you're a single parent and you got one child, and say the benefit amount for two people, let's just say, I don't know how much it is exactly. Let's just say it's $600. Okay? You have to provide all the bills that you pay. And that's compared against the income that you bring in. And then that is deducted. Okay? All of your bills is deducted from the amount of income that you bring in. And if you have anything left, whether you have something left, that is set aside. And if you don't have anything left, then they know that you don't have anything left. And then that is what is based off of how much benefits you get. Do you understand what I'm saying? So most people who are getting some type of government assistance are reporting that they are getting in some type of fucking income. It doesn't matter if it is this Social Security, child support, and any type of benefits that you, what y'all don't know is any type of benefits that y'all get that comes from the government, that comes through the state or what have you. They can look in the system and see it. It's there. That's child support, spouse support, Social Security, anything like that. Pensions, government pensions, anything like that, what have you, they can see in the system. Just by running your name and your Social Security number off top. So they already know about those things. So you report those things. So say you get disability, and say you get child support, and say you get spousal support. All of that income is going down. And it's going to be compared to the bills that you have, or what have you. And say you got some type of part-time gig or you self-employed or whatever it is. All of that income is going down. And it's compared against all the bills that you have to pay. So if you're paying rent, lights, water, gas, it's a certain amount they allow for phones. There's a certain amount that they allow for like other type of bills and shit people have to pay. They don't even cover all the bills. Okay? Based on that is what is determined how much you. So all these people say, oh, get a job, bitch. Most of the people who get assistance has a job or either some other source of income coming the fuck in. Period. No bullshit. Period. So all these people steady saying this shit talking about your tax dollars. You don't want your tax dollars to go to. I don't see you talking that shit to the powers that fucking be every time they declare war on somebody else's fucking country. And they want to go and bully people and take gold or oil or land or whatever the fuck else from whatever the reason that they're declaring war for, or if it's about weapons or whatever. I don't see you hooping and hollering and talking about your motherfucking tax dollars then. But you have a problem with children and senior citizens the fuck eating. These programs also don't just benefit individual peoples. Your school systems, your hospitals, your senior citizens, your centers, your nursing homes, all also use these benefits. Okay? So all these people, oh, go and get a job, bitch. And bitch, be for real. And like I said, there are ignorant fucking people out there that's like, oh, why should I get a job if I can get all of this? That I do. I personally, I feel like it's ignorant. I feel like it's dumb. I feel like it is very what's the word? Not unprofessional, but it's very I can't even think of the word I'm trying to use right now. When you consider, you continue to put yourself, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing when you make a mistake, you know, once or twice or what have you. And that's not to call your children mistakes, because once they're here, they're here. And you love them. And if you're a responsible parent, you got to take care of them to the best of your ability. Okay? But to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I definitely think myself, it is ridiculous. But to be like, just because you can get some type of assistance, to be like, oh, I don't want to do a fucking thing. I don't want to get a job. I ain't got to get it. I totally get it. I totally get it. But all the slick, sly shit and nasty ass comment, y'all been waiting all y'all life for such a time as fucking this to say your old hateful ass comments to people, because you ain't been fucking liking people. And it's interesting the race of the people who have the shit to say, because like 35% of Caucasian people gets government assistance. It's only y'all love making things about a black thing, or black this, black that. It's the black folks, it's the niggas. It's only about 26%, 26% of African American people, black people, who gets government assistance. Black folk been having to work hard way since fucking it was segregation and all kinds of shit, bitch. Seriously? Seriously? And for all the people, go and get a job, bitch. Do y'all not remember back in the day before all these big corporations and companies came along? Only reason why they the fuck exist, if you think about it, especially those of you who love pointing the finger at poor black people, bitch. Do y'all not remember all the black-owned businesses back then? They had their own juke joints, clubs, bars. They had their own boarding houses. They had their own little corner stores, barber shops, all kind of shit. All of that shit got shut down for all your big business ass motherfucking companies to open, bitch. Huh? Many of them jobs was taken from them. Do you know in the United States of America that they will pay foreigners not only to come here and go to school for motherfucking free, bitch, they will pay foreigners to come here and open motherfucking businesses in a neighborhood near you, selling products that they don't even fucking use, bitch. Meanwhile, you gotta go through hell, high water, and gotta have immaculate fucking credit and likability for you to even get a business fucking loan if you are of color, right in your own country. That's a fact, Jack. So I done seen ignorance on either side. But I'm telling y'all pay attention, because there's a whole lot of AI generated ass bullshit that is out there. The people that you hear saying the same things over and over and over again or what have you, that shit is coming off very scripted. All of this shit is coming off as very fucking staged. I ain't never seen so many people in my life claim they got 7 kids. I'm like, how many of these bitches is it? But see, back in the day, that wasn't even abnormal, bitch. Back in the day, women had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids. And they all worked fucking hard. They knew how to cook and clean and garden and build shit and plant crops and all kinds of shit. So they was taught back then. And they had more children. They was more fruitful and multiplied by the fuck then. So they would have more hands, farm hands, and different things like that. Because they was having to do everything they got themselves. See, this was way back when none of these services and other things even the fuck existed. You understand what I'm saying? But I get it. For these motherfuckers who around here driving BMWs and you got fucking Jordans and BBLs and fucking breast augmentations and lip fillers and, you know, human Brazilian ass hair and lashes and all this other kinds of shit. And your kids are starving and looking the fucking mess, and you're getting all of this, other assistance and shit, and then have the audacity to be like, I don't gotta work. I don't need to work. I feel like it is ignorance. It is ignorance on the part of her, and it doesn't mean, because of the simple fact that they have all those children, obviously, they need help with them. Did they put themselves in those positions? Yep. Are they spewing out ignorance at the side of their neck? Yep. But so are people across the fucking board, who've been waiting for such a time as this to say some more hateful, spiteful things to people. Y'all been feeling some type of way about people who need some type of help and assistance and shit like that. And you've been waiting on such a time as this. Many of y'all probably paid crisis actors as well to come up with your old racist, prejudice, discriminating, hating as comments. Just like the little, they got the memes going around about the white woman, the little toast eating, peanut butter toast, burnt toast eating woman. They come out and say, yeah, all you who complaining about your food stamps being cut off, what did you do with the food stamps from last month? Bitch, bought groceries, ho. Fed our babies, ate. The fuck did you think that we did with it? You understand what I'm saying? I do think it's ignorance for people to blatantly show their face online and say, if we don't get what we want, we're going to go and commit crimes. We're going to go and rob people and different things like that. All kinds of shit. I think it is stupid. There are career criminals who would not do such a thing. Do you see any of the hustlers, the players, the pimps, the gangsters getting online showing their fucking face, talking about what the fuck they gonna do? When them motherfuckers gotta, pull up their motherfucking bootstraps and make some shit happen, they just do that shit. Bitch, they not supposed to tell you first. They definitely sure not getting their face, putting their face on goddamn line with all this fucking AI facial recognition ass systems talking about what crimes they going to fucking commit and who stole they going to go in and go rob and all this other kinds of shit. That is stupid. That is fucking, I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life. And I feel like a lot of that shit is staged. But at the same time, I do understand. Because if such a time as this, if people are, desperate situations cause for desperate measures. So if a person get in a position where they have no other avenue and they're so freaking desperate, crime rates are going to go up. People are going to steal. People are going to do different things like that or what have you. But these people, like I don't get it, because it's opportunists out here. They be sitting around on a back burner doodling their thumbs. They be waiting on some shit to pop off just so they can go out and commit fucking crimes. We be smack dead in the middle of a fucking crisis, and these motherfuckers want to go in here and steal fucking electronics. That's not fucking food. Like, that's just stupidity. You was waiting to go and do some criminal ass shit. I think that shit is ignorant. So I get it. But at the same time, I'm seeing the real discriminating, racist, prejudice, colors as individuals and the shit that they are saying too. And a lot of shit that they're saying don't make no sense, especially when they started talking about, oh, get a job, bitch, and my tax. They'll talk about their tax dollars and all this other kind of shit. When it's common fucking sense. That first of all, for these people to have even ever qualified for the assistance, they had to qualify, which means some part of their situation qualifies them for assistance. Now, I do think it is stupid for people. You got a lot of people who, in this day and time, people make videos about any fucking thing. I think it's stupid for the people who brag and boast of how much they got and showing what all they spent on and rubbing it in people's face. And that shit is stupid. Like, I understand why that is going on. Because the chick that's like, that was like, she got 9 kids. And she supposedly, she messed around with a 60-some-year-old married man and supposedly pregnant by triplets now. So she about to have 12 kids, okay? She was doing these videos. Now she gets, I've probably several $1,000s in food stamps, but she do these videos, and she show her and her kids going to the grocery stores, and buying their groceries, and they come home and they unpack the groceries, and one by one she show, people what groceries, what she bought with the food stamps and different things like that, or what have you. I've seen some recently saying that they had cut her off. I don't know if it's, because if it's because of the shutdown, everybody have been cut off. You understand what I'm saying? But I feel like it's careless and reckless, her doing it, because, like, it's not necessary. Like, if you get government assistance, you get government assistance. There's no sense in coming on and like, oh, I get government assistance, and rubbing it in people's face and got to show off everything that you fucking buy, and then make it seem like, oh, I'm just living it good, living lavish, and all this other kind of shit, bitch. Because personally, if you got nine kids and they all got different daddies and shit, bitch, and ain't now one of them can help you do anything, bitch, and you pregnant with some more, you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's real silly. But I seen a video, and people be lying and making shit up. People are saying that they didn't cut her assistance or what have you. But I'm like, there's no fraud that she's committing. Okay? Because to say it's fraud, that means that this person is getting some type of income that they're not reporting or something like that, or what have you. This woman has 9 children. So she qualifies for assistance. The only thing she is doing is recording herself going grocery shopping and putting the groceries that they buy on display. But at least she's not selling her stuff. And she's going to buy food. You know what I'm saying? And all the ignorant people out there on the other side of the board just be like, oh, you're not buying high quality food. Guess what? Buying organic food, plant-based food, and all this other kind of shit, it costs more. Bitch. So to make those stamps stretch, you are having to buy a lot of store brand stuff. It's cheaper, and you can make it stretch. You can make the money stretch. You understand what I'm saying? So if you go and buy a can of corn at Walmart may cost you, shit, I don't know, like 50 cents. Let's just say 50 cents. Great Value brand of can of corn may cost you 50 cents. Whereas a name brand, same size, can of corn, same corn, may cost you, that name brand may be charging 89.90 cents for that can of corn. It makes more sense for you to get this. You know what I'm saying? You can get 2 cans of this corn for $1, whereas you paying almost $1 for 1 can of that corn. You understand what I'm saying? So you got the bitches in the back that's like, you're not buying high quality foods and shit. How can they when they're on a fucking budget? Now, a few things, this, that, and the other, you might be able to afford some organic yogurt or some organic fruits. Maybe a couple, but you wouldn't be able to do it with your whole grocery load. You wouldn't be able to do it. Okay? You just would not be able to do it. Okay? And so what I talked about in my last video is entitlement, really entitlement, because that's another thing people are saying. Oh, the audacity of these people, they're entitled. You feel like somebody owes you something. You're entitled. But is entitlement really entitlement when you offered the lie? I can't stand a person who offers a lie that you didn't ask for. And if you listen to my last video, you know what I'm about to say. Okay? So let's look outside, because we know why people are bringing up entitlement about, the government assistance right now. Let's look at entitlement. Okay? Because that can apply to anything. Those of you, the only reason why y'all feel like y'all have freedom and liberty and justice right now is because you were told that lie. And so, regardless of whether you were lied to or not, you stand by that. You demand freedom, your liberty, and your justice. Because you were offered that lie. You were told your Second Amendment right is the right to bear arms. Do you know how many all American citizens are out here, baby, who are licensed to carry, who have their gun licenses and different things, who have went and purchased their weapons legally, whether they like to hunt or whether they have weapons for protection or what have you. Now, the same lawmakers, okay, same government who said that, wrote it into law in black and white, you have the right to bear arms. And you wholeheartedly accepted it and say, okay, well, I'm going to go legally get my weapons. I'm going to legally register them, and I'm going to legally have my licenses. Now, imagine if them same lawmakers came along and said, damn it, it's too many school shootings. And a lot of these school shootings have been done by individuals who got hold of their parents' weapons and shit. You know what? We're shutting it down. We're coming to round up all your weapons. It will be, y'all would have a bitch fucking fit. I know, matter of factly, it's some all-American, Caucasian backwood men, baby, that will march all the way from the Capitol to the motherfucking White House on y'all ass about their Second Amendment the fuck right. They got no trespassing signs right now. Bitch, you better not cross the line fucking with them, because they gonna light your ass up about their motherfucking property. Anything that belongs to them, baby, it will be here to pay the captain. But just imagine. And now what if somebody said, you entitled son of a gun, you are so entitled to think that you could keep your weapons when the government came along and shut it down and is taking the weapons from you now. Now that your weapons are taken, you wanna protest and march and tear up shit and act a fool. You're entitled. That's what they're doing now with people who simply get government assistance, who needs assistance. Calling these people entitled for something that they qualify the fuck for. Not something that's just randomly the fuck given out. You have to qualify for it. What if them same lawmakers now, them same lawmakers came along and said that you had the right to freedom of speech. Yet every time you speak, if it's not what they like or want to hear, then they want to strip your freedom of speech away from you. This is why y'all tiptoeing around on fucking YouTubes and Instagrams and TikTok right now. Can't say certain words, spelling out shit and all other kinds of motherfucking shit, because they want to tell you about their motherfucking community guidelines when it's a whole motherfucking law that says that you have the right to freedom of speech, whether the fuck they like what you got to say the fuck or not. Yet y'all tiptoeing around here because you're sellouts and you want to get them motherfucking incentives from the goddamn social media platform that you own. And you want to make sure you get paid, bitch. You want to make sure your subscribers and your views and your numbers and shit stay the fuck up. So you're around here tiptoeing for the man. When the lawmakers have already passed a law and it says your First Amendment right is freedom of speech. This also includes freedom of the press. But what if them same lawmakers came along and said, you know what? Nope, we're shutting it down. You no longer have the right to freedom of speech. Y'all will show up and show out in this motherfucker. How dare you try to silence us? But what if somebody across the way, a bitch in the back, said, you are entitled to think that you would just have the right to freedom of speech forever. You're entitled to think that you would have the right to bear arms fucking forever. Guess what? Them same lawmakers is the ones who put your Planned Parenthood in place. Put the programs for the government assistance and different things like that in place way back in the fucking 30s, bitch. Did you not know the first woman who ever received any type of welfare, a government assistance, was a white woman? Huh? Why y'all think everything is the fuck about us, bitch? But what if them same lawmakers now came along and then, you got people now, you're entitled. How dare you think you're entitled? Okay. And don't get it twisted, because I'm not living beyond my fucking means, and I know I deserve better. I know my worth and know I'm worth the fuck more. Motherfuckers owe me money right the fuck now. As a matter of fact, if I had all that money that they owe me, I could pay off all my goddamn debt. Every motherfucking body I goddamn owe. And wouldn't even need no motherfucking government assistance, but they got us purposely planted in poverty on purpose, which automatically qualify us for government assistance. And you think people who are in poverty, who qualifies for government assistance, is not going to go and fucking apply for it, bitch, without silly bitches in the back talking about, oh, you're entitled. What? See, you don't care about government assistance because you don't need government fucking assistance, but it's a lot of shit that you do care about that has also been written into law by them same motherfucking lawmakers who are doing what the fuck they are doing right now. And if they strip them right from you any motherfucking day, bitch, you would the fuck be entitled to. Or it would at least come off like you are quite a bit entitled, wouldn't it? Huh? Huh? That's what I'm talking about. So is entitlement really entitlement when you offer the lie? What you cannot do is offer people a fucking lie that they did not ask for. Because y'all big and y'all bad. And you treat us, other people, like they're nothing and they're small. You act like y'all are the only ones that's right and everybody else in the world is fucking wrong. You make the money, you own the Federal Reserve, you control the banking systems. You saw all the land, all the gold, all the oil, everything. You own everything. You got all the power, all the privilege, all the authority, and everything. And you implement these policies, rules, regulations, and bylaws that y'all yourselves break every motherfucking day. But you have the audacity to make it seem like that people are entitled for indulging in the very rights that you are the ones who claim that they had in the first place, which means you offered a lie. And in you trying to stop something and take something, nigga, in spades, that's called reneging. You're reneging. You know what reneging is in spades? That's when you got a book but you don't play it. You got the power and you got the motherfucking ability for the shit that is going on not to be going on, but you refuse to do so because of your own motherfucking selfish ass, greedy ass, ill fucking wills. Bitch, you are reneging. And you're doing it on purpose. And you got your paid crisis acting ass bitches out here talking about people fucking entitled and shit as if motherfuckers wanted all of us. We would much rather be financially stable and secure on our motherfucking own where we don't need your goddamn help. Because guess what? Needing your goddamn help has you all up in between our motherfucking business when everything about you is top secret and motherfucking classified, nigga. Us needing government assistance ain't pretty, bitch, because it automatically puts us in a system, puts us on a watch list, and have us invaded and violated our privacies and our human rights every fucking day for nothing but fucking food and medical assistance. And you think motherfuckers like that? All of us ain't basking in glory over that. And those of you who got a problem with me raising my voice right now, then bitch, click off, don't listen, or turn your volume down. Because I ain't got to be who you want me to be. And you probably don't want to hear what I got to say no way. It don't matter. I bet you can't call me a lie. Y'all laying people off at the same time while telling people that they need to get jobs. And then wonder why so many people, the unemployment rates are so high and so many people need assistance who got fucking jobs or some other sources of income. And then have the audacity to tell people they are entitled. This what's going on, y'all. This what the fuck is going on. And yeah, it's some careless, reckless, childish, ignorant ass, young, dumb ass individuals out there. It sure is. It is. But that ain't every fucking body. And y'all willing to risk people having medical emergencies, dying, starving, or any damn thing else for your own fucking selfish ill wills. You make it make sense. And you can apply what I said to any fucking thing. Anything that you have been told is your right in the United States of fucking America. Imagine it being taken all of a sudden. Whatever it is you care about. You may not care about any of the things that I just mentioned, but any right that you think you have, that you have been told that you have by your lawmakers, that you care about, think about it being stripped away abruptly, all of a sudden out the blue, and how you would feel about it. Yeah. This is the world that we are living in. It's a whole lot of things that's being staged, that's been set up, that's being orchestrated and organized, that's going on all the fuck around us. They don't care about us. They never cared about us. Because it ain't no coincidence that all these things are going on smack dead in the middle of holiday damn time. You think this wasn't you think this wasn't pre-planned? This is creating a massive fucking distraction, and there's babies, I guarantee you, that's going missing and being trafficked right the fuck now that ain't nobody paying attention to. But you don't know nothing about that, do you? You ain't gonna do a damn thing about that. You ain't gonna shut that the fuck down, are you? You gonna shut down that human trafficking, that sex trafficking issue? No. Now I'm talking about things that you want to act like you don't know about. Yeah. You're not going to shut down the motherfuckers that's making billions of dollars off the operations of human trafficking, sex trafficking, child trafficking. No. No, you ain't gonna put that. You ain't gonna make that an operation of yours. You ain't gonna shut that down. No. Of course not. That's too much like right. This is what's going on. Is entitlement really entitlement when you have been offered a lie? At one point in time, there are people in this world who were not able to vote. And it wasn't until they came along and said that it was okay, gave you permission, like you was a fucking child, to vote. So imagine if them same lawmakers that finally passed that into law came along and said, no, you don't have that right. We shutting it down. Your vote don't matter, don't count. You don't have the right to vote. Y'all be upset in this bitch, wouldn't you? And what if this person said you was entitled? Because their right to vote was stripped from you. At one point in time, not everybody was able to go to school. School was only reserved for certain people. Until, of course, they said it was okay for you to go to school. See, ain't nothing okay until the fuck they say it's okay. And so then they figured the only way to indoctrinate your children, brainwash your children, is to force them to go to school. So then they said they forced you to send your children to their schools. And if you don't do so, your ass get a truancy charge and lock you the fuck up. But when they long ago, when you and your children weren't even qualified, weren't even able to go to goddamn school. But now they forced it upon you. So just imagine them same lawmakers now. You, your children, you got the right to go to college. Your children got the right to go to schools and different things like that, or what have you. But just imagine, and you have relished in that right to be able to go to school. But imagine if the lawmakers came along and said, we're shutting it down. You're no longer able to go to our schools. People be ready to tear up some shit in here. Fuck you mean? Oh, we don't have the right to education now? Y'all be mad as fuck. What if somebody said you are entitled to think you have the right to an education? You are entitled to think you have the right to vote. You are entitled to think that you have the right to bear arms. You are entitled to think that you have the right to freedom of speech. You are entitled to think that you have freedom, to think that you have liberty, to think that you have justice. You're entitled. That's what the fuck people are doing right now, y'all. That's what's going on here. So is entitlement really entitlement when you have been offered a lie by these very lawmakers who fucking put all of the things that I just discussed into fucking law? See, nothing that ain't okay is okay. Unless they say it's okay. Planned Parenthood tell you it's your body and it's your choice and all this other kind of stuff. They provide these different services for women and children and different things like that or what have you. That's also a program that tax dollars go into. What if they came along and said, we're shutting it down? Yeah, you no longer have that right. People be upset about that. Did you not know that your how many of your tax dollars go into these roads? How many of y'all live in communities where it's potholes all up in cracks and potholes and shit all up and down your roads? But have you ever been to the white folks neighborhood? The rich folks neighborhood, rather? All they roads just as smooth, ain't it? That's where your tax dollars the fuck going. Those of y'all who paying taxes for motherfucking roads that you in communities that your motherfucking ass will never live in, bitch. But I don't see you talking about your tax dollars going towards the fuck that. So see, tax dollars go towards a whole lot of fucking shit. Speaking of people being entitled, and you're the ones that's bitching and whining and complaining, talking about people bitching and whining and complaining about services that they qualify for and need. You bitching and whining and moaning and complaining about your tax dollars that's sprinkled all over the motherfucking place. In all other fucking areas as well. That you may or may not be in agreements to fuck with. But I don't see you raising Cain to fuck about that. So you're hypocrites. It's what it is. How does one become so fucked up? This is the world that we live in. This is America. That's what's going on, collective. That's what's fucking going on. I was doing something, but I ended up starting this before I even finished it because it's not even finished yet. Okay, but I went on the Walmart site and I just began to put all foods. I started every time I grocery shop, me personally, all my baby's food, what she need, I do first. Okay? And the small amount that I get, really and truly, my daughter sums up that entire amount. I haven't even finished it. Okay? But thus far, for nothing but my child support alone, it's at $228 and something. Okay? Grocery prices ain't went the fuck down. So they're lying when they tell you that shit. Now, that's at $228 right now. Remind y'all. I only get about a little over $300. That's basically nothing but my baby food. And I haven't even put all of her stuff in there. I added a couple of other things or whatever. Like, because my daughter don't eat bread. I put a loaf of bread on there, but it's only like $1 and some. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that or what have you. I added on there too that I eat. Okay? It's a lot of things that I haven't eaten. That's at $228. I ain't put sandwich meat on there. I ain't put orange juice on there. I ain't put, you know what I'm saying? I hadn't even finished it yet. It was a little project that I was doing. I said, let me go on here. And I'm just going to put all this stuff in here so I can show them the price. The amount that I get in stamps alone, technically, logistically, only feeds my child. It's not even enough to last the entire month with the grocery prices the way they are. That means that I am out of pocket. And if I split it, like, you know what I'm saying? So I can easily spend like $220 some on my child. That only leaves about $75 for me to grab a few things that I may want to eat. And I can stretch my shit. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the entire month. Okay? But I'm telling y'all, usually within either the last week or week and a half, maybe 2 weeks of every month, I'm paying out of pocket for groceries. Okay? So I don't know nothing about everybody else. And like I said, the more, obviously the more children you have. And it also depends on where a person lives and different things like that. Okay? My rent is like y'all, I kid y'all not, with like about $2,000, I can pay all my bills. And I mean, that includes everything. Paying all the bills, household supplies, hygiene supplies, like everything, with like $2,000 a month. There are people in other states, their rent is $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. That's where it's efficiency apartments. 1-bedroom to fuck apartments and shit. I don't know how y'all do it. People living in crawl spaces, like in New York and shit like that. I was looking at some shit, like I seen this one place this person put on display that looked like it was the size of a closet. And they wanted like $3,000 a month for it. I'm like, this shit is crazy. Y'all, the bedroom area wasn't even enough. Like, it wasn't, the bedroom area, it literally was the size of a closet, y'all. It wasn't big enough to put a twin size bed in. And if you put it in there, that was it. That was all you want to be getting. You wouldn't be able to get no dresser in there, no nightstand, no, nothing. Okay? These are the prices that people are fucking paying. And it's no wonder so many people are homeless, are you know, doing the van life, living in their vans. I've been wanting to RV all my fucking life, I swear to God. For times such as this. Because this is ridiculous. People can't even afford to live. You can't even afford to buy groceries, gas, bare necessity shit. We're not talking about no luxuries here. I'm sorry, I don't have no Louis Vuitton, no Gucci, no Prada. I don't have no red bottom stilettos, bitch. I don't have no $500, $600, $800,000 purses, bitch. None of that. I don't have no Jordans. My daughter don't have no Jordans. She ain't got no PS motherfucking 5s and 6, 7, 8. How many of them ever numbers, whatever number they on right now. None of that shit. You understand? So I know, I like y'all see these, oh my God. All these other chicks out here be riding around and getting in this shit, and they be, standing in front, and they got all this other kind of shit. I ain't living beyond my means. But for a raggedy bitch that's been waiting for such a time as this to say some old prejudice, racist, discriminating, hating ass shit to make it seem like everybody, anybody who is so poor to the point where they need some type of assistance of some kind, they're entitled, it's bullshit. Okay, guys, so I do apologize for this disruption. I know y'all not going to really tell the difference because I paused the video. But that's what we're talking about, okay? I kind of got sidetracked because my daughter, had to do something for my daughter real quick or what have you. And yeah, I totally, like, forgot. I didn't forget, but I, like, you know, yeah, ain't no celebrating going on with Halloween today. But I literally freaking forgot. So just a few minutes ago, and then... yeah. So anyway, I have to do something for my daughter real quick, okay? So that's what's going on, y'all, okay? So everybody's in survival, okay? Survival in the midst of this shit show, shutdown, showdown type of stuff, okay? And regardless of what's going on, guys, like, I totally get it. I understand frustrations all the way across the board. What I don't understand is ignorant, okay, and people's blatant disrespect and hatred, okay, and the overall cause for, you know what I'm saying, the wicked things that is going on to be going on in the first place or what have you. But in the midst of a crisis, guys, no matter what it is that you're dealing with, you got to know how to survive. You got to figure out how to survive, okay? And one of the things that I often think about, guys, okay, whenever, if I ever get to feeling down or what have you, just think about somebody who situation is worse off than your own situation, okay? Who, no matter what, you know, bad is going on, and, you know, a lot of times we be consumed within our own self and our own feelings when we're going through something, and that's all we're focused on, that we can't really think about anybody else or what have you. And selfishness can creep in or what have you. And it's okay to, like, you know, feel what you feel and experience that, and, you know, recuperate from that, heal from that, you know what I'm saying, and try to move on from that or what have you. But before you get too down in the slumps, in the dumps or what have you, what's an effective method for me is I think about the people who's got it, you know, worse than I do, okay, who are dealing with worse things than I am, you know what I'm saying. And, you know, like I said, I get it, when we're going through and we're dealing with things, and, you know what I'm saying, people just dealing with a lot. People stressed, people worried, people depressed, and the people dealing with anxiety. People are tired, people are aching, people are hurting, people are just, you know, it's just a lot that is going on with a lot of different people. You understand what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Some people don't have a roof over their head at all, and they're out there, and it's getting cold and different things like that. They're out there in all elements, rain, sleet, or snow, whether it's hot, whether it's cold. You know what I'm saying? People out there who, you know what I'm saying, don't have anything to eat at all, okay? And, you know, you could be juggling and struggling your darn self. You might not have anything in there but a pack of noodles and some lunch meat or something like that, and that's all you freaking got. But somebody else ain't got nothing at all. You understand what I'm saying? There's somebody who is dealing with domestic violence, being beat to a pulp right now. Somebody died today. Somebody came up missing today. Somebody is being trafficked right now. Somebody has been sold into sex slavery tonight as we speak, okay? So whatever your situation, there's somebody who is going through something worse, okay? You worried about how you're going to have food for next month right now. You worried about how you're going to pay your bills for next month right now, and as stressful as that is, and trust, I get it, okay? You worried about how you gonna make Christmas happen for your babies, okay? I get it. You understand what I'm saying? But it's somebody who is in hospice right now. Any given day, their life can be over. It's somebody that's on their deathbed right now, okay? There's somebody that's in pain and suffering, to the likes of which that you ain't even experienced before. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, I can go on and on and on, or what have you, but whatever it is that you're dealing with, you know what I'm saying? You know, Some of you, and you know, some people that hit rock bottom. Some people having to start over from scratch. Some people got, you know, you got to scrape. You got the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever your situation, there is somebody in the world who is going through something worse, okay? And don't never try to, you know, put yourself up on some type of pedestal because you feeling good right now, because you got it going on right now, because you okay right now, into thinking that you can't be in a situation that somebody else is in, okay? Because you don't know that person's life. You don't know that person's life story. Do y'all know how many celebrities, yeah, they rich and they famous right now. They got mansions. They got fancy cars, Bugattis, all kinds of shit, fancy clothes and shoes. They, you know, they eat in fancy restaurants and all this other kind of stuff. But guess what? Jim Carrey used to be homeless. Tyler Perry used to be homeless. Okay, there's a lot of celebrities who was down in the trenches, okay, who was, you know, people who was homeless, who was sleeping in their cars, who was sleeping under bridges, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of other celebrities and different things like that. Your Cat Williams and different things like that. He was, you know, practically he was out there on his own when he was like, what, 12, 13 years old or what have you, hitchhiking, homeless. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure it, at least, you know, that's what he's told us and different things like that. I'm saying all of this based off of what these people have told us. But people have experienced, you know what I'm saying, all different type of stuff. And yeah, you see a lot of these people, these might be your favorite celebrities now. And they on and they popping, they looking good, and they smelling good, and they dressing good. And they, you know, they seem like they living this lavish life and different things that most people could only hope or wish or dream about or fantasize about or see other people have from a distance that you probably may not never have, okay? But they haven't always been there, okay? It's somebody who is always, you know what I'm saying, that's going through something worse. And a lot of the people, I'm telling you, especially when it comes to people in the entertainment, many of them, you know what I'm saying, they may have grew up in the system. They grew up with their grandmother, they struggling grandparent, they grew up with no parents or just come from one parent households and different things, okay, where, you know, they grew up eating nothing but beanie weenies and, you know what I'm saying, crackers, didn't have nothing but peanut butter and crackers for dinner one night, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people done went through a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And just because, don't think because, you know what I'm saying, you got a job today, you got money in your pocket today, you got money in your savings accounts today, because, you know what I'm saying, you have a home and you and your family, your kids are provided for, you have transportation, you got this and you got that or whatever, that you can ever look down on somebody else, because that could happen to you in an instant. They can happen to you in an instant. Okay, a lot of people look over a lot of people who are even struggling in other ways. Okay, most people, if y'all look the things that go on into this world, like I don't agree with everything, and it's not the ideal lifestyle, but I'm an open-minded person and I understand a lot of people from a lot of different walks of life. I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You may not be in agreement with what they are part of or what they doing, but I understand a lot of people how they got there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some people be so quick to call a female horrible, but well before she was home on her own, you don't know how many times that girl was molested, or even that boy was molested and raped. You don't know who turned them out, who set them out. You don't know who put them on the horse straw or the stripper pole first. You understand what I'm saying? You don't know how many times they was beat, how many meals they went with that before they was out there in their life on their own like that. You understand what I'm saying? Do you know how many runaways it was? They ran away when they was 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. They was getting beat every day at home. They was getting molested and all other kind of things at home. And the only way to escape that situation is they ran the fuck away. And they didn't have nowhere to run but out there on them fucking streets. But they ran into they escaped from their home situation, but they ran into a different problem when they got there on them streets. Because they fucked around and ran into the wrong nigga that act like they wanted to be their boyfriend, and act like they was going to help them out, and fucked around and turned around and strung them out and pimped them out. You understand what I'm saying? Now they out there on there, but you see that chicken, all that bitch, that hoe, all she ran through, all she for everybody, but you don't know how she got there, bro. You ain't gonna live that lifestyle. You ain't about that fucking life, but you know what I'm saying? That's a real person. That's a human person, and you don't know how the fuck they got there. You understand what I'm saying? Most people, okay? Most people who, you know, it's a lot of people who get high, you know what I'm saying, for like recreationally. to chill, to kick it, to have fun, or what have you. The people who get strung out, they getting high to numb pain, man. Pain that some of y'all could never understand. People who get scummy motherfucking drunk, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with having a nice drink, a good drink. Everybody like an alcoholic beverage or a beer or a wine or something every now and again. But the people that you see get strung out, they trying to numb something, man. They come from numbing pain. Sometimes this world gets so hard and gets so fucking bad and it's so fucking toxic and you ain't got no motherfucking escape. See, where one person tap out, lose their mind, they commit suicide. Where the other person going through something so bad, they get strung out on alcohol or on drugs. You know what I'm saying? And you don't like them, you don't want to deal with them, you don't want to talk to them, and you put them down and different things like that. Yeah, they need help. Yeah, they need treatment. You know what I'm saying? And different things like that or what have you. But they got there for a reason. They got there because of something. You know what I'm saying? Some people that strung out, when they first started getting high, they didn't even get high on them. They was mixing with the wrong crowd and somebody put them on to something. They had the wrong level. They turned them out on something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, you know how many people that is strung out right now where the first time they got high, somebody slipped them something and it was so strong they lost their fucking mind and they ain't got that motherfucker back since. And they've been gone ever since. They lost their mind ever fucking since. This shit got scrambled, got rocked, man. No bullshit. Most people who are strung out on shit and it don't, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you have to be in agreements with it, in acceptance to that, okay? And I'm gonna tell you right now, most people who are frowned upon somebody who is a strung out addict, you get high, you get drunk right now your damn self. Some of you, y'all would be surprised as to how many of your leaders and representatives and these professionals get high. They just don't do it to the point of addiction that you know of. You know what I'm saying? You just a lot of people out here who do the drugs and do this and that and don't allow it to do them, and then you got ones who ain't got a strong mind, who don't have strong will, and they allow it to overtake them. That's when addiction forms. You understand what I'm saying? When you will rob, when you will steal, when you will kill, when you will take from your babies just so you can get that thing, that's when you addicted. You understand? That's a whole level of something else. You understand what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of functioning addicts out here. They are spick and span, clean the motherfucking house, and they gonna get up and go to work every motherfucking day. And every evening when they sitting there home chilling, they gonna get high, they gonna get drunk or whatever, because that's what they do when they functioning addicts. Everybody go through something. But don't never think because things is okay, because things is okay with you right now, that you can't never, that you will never be in that position. Okay, some of y'all look at people, I'll never allow myself to get like that, be out on the street like that, be begging people for help and needing food and different things like that. You never know. It's people with jobs right now, man. You can lose your job any damn day. Any damn day. You can live in you could have worked your ass off all your life, and you were fortunate enough to either inherit a house or you was fortunate enough to buy your house. You got a home, you got a nice car, you and your family seem taken care of right now. But there's a catastrophic event, a storm, a fire that can demolish that shit in an instant, in a blink of an eye right now. And everything you think you got can be the fuck gone in an instant, including your job. You feel like you got job security, and now you can go to work tomorrow and be laid the fuck off. All of a sudden out the blue. Do you know how many people in this world have put 25, 30, 35, 40 years into a company, and right before it was almost time for their retirement, they get laid the fuck off, they get fired? And all them benefits can go down the drain. They don't even have a retirement anymore. That has happened to people. Any fucking thing can happen. I done seen women in the world. I done seen women in the world, especially like older women. Older women. See, because back in the day, your women were more conservative. So your women that you see, you know, maybe, I don't know, 80-some, 90-some years old or older right now or what have you. A lot of them, when they got married to their husbands and different things or whatever, the man was the providers back then. The women was the homemakers. They took care of the home. They took care of the children. They took care of their spouse and different things like that. Everybody had a fucking role and shit like that or what happened. But guess what? That man got hurt or injured on the fucking job, or all of a sudden died or something like that. That woman might not have had it never worked or had a higher education or anything like that. And when their spouse died, they lost every fucking thing. And was out there on their streets. Just out in the cold. With nowhere to go. You don't never know what your situation could be. You're alright right now. But any fucking thing could happen. So don't never make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, because somebody less fortunate than you, because I don't have a whole lot right now. I live and survive off the bare fucking minimum that could be gone in the instant, could be taken away any fucking day. No bullshit. I know my worth. I know I deserve more than that. I know I should have more than that. But it's the circumstance, the situation that I'm in. And it's not because I haven't tried and worked hard to have more than that and different things like that. But, you know, shit happens. Okay? It just is what it is. But it's somebody out there that's got even less than what the fuck I got right now. So the audacity of me to think that somebody who has even less than me, I can look at them and be like, oh, look at this old, you know, sinking mug here, oh, nothing person here, or any fucking thing like that, man. You understand what I'm saying? Because when everything is good, everything is great, and you okay or what have you. Like my car was up and running fine and everything like that, paid for. All I had to do is pay for my insurance, everything like that. You don't have a care in the world. You go to work every damn day. You take care of your child. You do what you got to do. Daily life. That motherfucker can break down anytime, or somebody could sabotage your car any freaking time, or anything like that. You can lose that job just like that. 1 minute everything okay, the next minute that shit gone. Then you hit rock bottom. You trying to pick up the fucking pieces all over again, put them together all over again. And that's where a lot of people get shit misconstrued. Y'all ever seen that movie John Q with Denzel Washington in there? That man worked hard. He was a good provider. He was a good husband. He was a good fucking father, man. When his son fell sick, his job that he had to work on for years wouldn't even cover the medical treatment. They denied him. Wouldn't even cover the medical treatment his son need, man. That man couldn't get no help, couldn't get no benefits. They wouldn't put his son on the freaking donor list. They had to come up with all this fucking money. That man had to commit a crime to get him to pay attention to him. Held the whole hospital hostage. Doctors and nurses and shit to get them to pay attention. They was ready to dismiss them, to send them on their way. To let that man refuse to let his son die, man. He had to commit a fucking crime. That man had been a hard-working man, righteous, upstanding man, good provider, good husband, good father, all that time. That man had to commit a crime to get the people to listen to him and pay attention, to help him. Them people sold everything they had. Their friends had to donate. They had to ask for donations and all kind of shit, and it still wasn't the fuck enough. The hospital wanted them to pay them before they would even put the child on the donor list, y'all. Okay? It's an old school movie. I mean, it's not that old, but, you know, it's older. It's been several years since it came out. John Q. This is what people going through right now today. Some people work hard all their goddamn life and ain't got nothing more than they got just enough to pay their fucking bills. And they don't have nothing left. Nothing left. Can't do nothing nice for themselves. Can't really splurge like that. None of that. And working the fuck hard. People is working just to pay bills. And provide for their children. The bare necessities for their children. And that's all they got. So because they get a little assistance, need a little assistance just to eat, to help them out with medical expenses, bitch, you think because you don't need that, you think you better the fuck than them? Because your job pay you more? Because you have, and it's not really you, because if you was you by yourself, many of you motherfuckers, you wouldn't be able to do it alone. A lot of motherfuckers real slick in the fucking mouth, but you got fucking spouses and shit. You got a helper. You got a mate. It's a lot of people that don't have that shit. So don't ever get so high and fucking mighty to think that you better than the next person. It's always going to be somebody that's a little less fortunate to fuck than you, but that don't make your ass no better than them. Because you can lose every fucking thing you got in the blink of an eye. You know how fast these motherfucking forest fires and different things happen. Y'all remember when all of Paradise burned down? All them people's houses paid the fuck up. The cars, every fucking, they lost everything. And do you know not even the home insurance companies wanted to pay them people anything? Fire insurance, home insurance, they cover nothing for them people. They lost everything. They had to start all over again, bitch. And they was doing good and feeling good at one point in time. And in the blink of the fucking eye, they lost it all. You know how many hurricanes and tsunamis and storms and all kinds of shit that hit? And motherfuckers' whole houses and shit that been swept up. It's everything. In the instant. You feeling good right now. You feel secure in your job. And you think because you work hard, and because you ain't missed a day of work, and you not late usually, and things like that or whatever, you secure in your job. Until they come in there and lay your ass off. And then you ain't, you know, you ain't feeling so good the fuck then. This shit can happen to anybody. It's the point I'm making. But just because a person is has a less than you, don't makes them any less than you. They don't make you somebody and them a nobody. Yeah. It's careless, reckless, childish, ignorant people out here. It's criminal-minded type of people the fuck out here. But they don't sum up everybody. I don't see a racist person and assume their entire fucking race is racist. I don't see a certain kind of person of a particular group of people and assume they all that freaking way. And that's what a lot of people are doing, collective. That is the point I'm making. Okay? But it's a lot of people who have become real fucked up in this world. And people love to overlook, either by way of distraction or by way of you being entertained by something else, or by way of you just playing busy, unbothered, whatever the reason. People continue to turn a blind eye to the evil and the wickedness of this world, the toxicity that is in this world. And it's way higher. It comes from way higher than people on the surface level that you see every day, regular, everyday, average Joe ass people. You know? But with this, and living in a world where as many people as it is, it's hard to get everybody on one accord. But hopefully these things that is going on and these things that is happening wakes people up. The masses need to be awakened to see what the fuck it really is, y'all. Those of you who believe in a higher power than you, believes in a creator, Technically, everything that you need to live and survive has technically already been provided to you for free, contrary to what those who call themselves leaders and rulers and masters tell you. They done put a price tag in there on everything and tell you got to pay them. These motherfuckers is taxing us, is charging us to even live on the only fucking planet that human beings know that they could live and survive on any fucking way. And y'all allow them to get the fuck away with that. Speaking of taxes, these motherfuckers is paying you. You're forcing people to pay properties that they pay. They're forcing you to pay them just to own anything. So if you somebody who own a house, own a car, own a truck, own a boat, own a yacht, own a RV, own a motorcycle, all of those things you got to pay property taxes on. And the state tenant powers that be say you got to pay them every fucking year for that shit. And you do that shit. Everybody do that shit like a fucking fool. Never mind the fact if you own land, you got to pay property taxes on that. If you own a house, you got to pay property taxes on everything that you own. Fuck how much it costs for you to even buy that said thing. But now you have to pay the government just to say you own that thing that you paid the fuck for. Do you not know that if you do that for the rest of your life, you're going to end up paying them more than what the fuck you paid to own whatever that one thing is? Say you paid $20,000 for something, and you pay it, and say you pay property tax on that thing for 20 damn years. You're gonna pay the government more than what the hell you originally paid for whatever that thing is. Stupid. Y'all won't wake up to that. You won't rise up and fuck against that. But you will rise up against shit and be hateful and spiteful towards people who is just struggling to fucking survive. They would love to be in a better position. And trust and believe me, bitch, when it comes to the government, they will be the first to let your ass know if you don't qualify for something. So I don't know what this ideal in people's minds is. If that they're just getting something that they don't fucking qualify for, bitch, because you first have to qualify for it. Otherwise, you won't have it. And as greedy and stingy and nosy as these motherfuckers is, the moment that you do not qualify for it, if you're making too much money for something, you should be honest enough yourself to be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't need these benefits anymore and different things like that or whatever and get out. But even when you get to the point and you turn your information in or what have you, they'll let you know. Oh, you no longer qualify to be in this program. You're making too much money. You know, or whatever. So people are real stupid with the careless, reckless shit that they are saying. Because you have to qualify for this shit in the first fucking place. Otherwise, you don't even have access to it. So the ignorant shit, the dumb shit that people are saying is absolutely the fuck ridiculous, y'all. Just as ignorant as the people who is like, oh, they don't want to work, they ain't gotta work, and other people need to fucking take care of them. It's the stupidest shit I ever fucking heard of, because if that was the case and that's how they fucking feel, you should have started off with having all your baby daddies to take care of you. And see how the fuck that worked, but that didn't quite work the fuck out. But everybody else supposed to take care of it. So just as ignorant as it is for somebody to say that, it's ignorant for other people across the board to say the dumb shit that they are fucking saying. Okay? So what's going on, y'all? We're living in a world that's run, ruled, and controlled by witches and warlocks and demons. Shapeshifters, devil worshippers, and some more shit. And a lot of people delude themselves with lies. You trick your own mind into believing. It's just like medication. You understand what I'm saying? You ever seen a person who, say go to therapy or what have you because you're depressed or you're stressed or, dealing with anxiety, whatever it is that you're dealing with. Okay? And that therapist can sit there all day long, or however long that session is, and talk to you about whatever issues you are having. But at the end of that session, the only thing, if you are not someone who is suicidal or homicidal or a threat to yourself or anybody else, the only thing that therapist can do for you is pull out their prescription pad and offer you some type of mild sedative, antidepressant, or something like that. Okay? And what that medication is going to do then, it doesn't change. Whatever had you stressed or depressed, you still got that problem. But when you take that pill is going to trick your mind into believing that you no longer need to worry about that problem or be sad about that problem. If that problem, whatever problem that you got, okay, say you lost your job. So you're stressed because you lost your job and you don't have any money. You're stressed and you're depressed by this. Guess what? You still got that problem. You still lost your job, and you still don't have any money to pay your bills. But you take this antidepressant, and the antidepressant is going to trick your mind and tell your mind, hey, no longer cry about this. When you think about this problem, when you're dealing with this, no longer cry about this. No longer feel down about it. That's what it does. So in other words, that's what people do, even without medication, that do that for you. The trick your mind for you. Lie to your own self and you trick your own mind. And make up whatever you want to turn a blind eye to the bullshit in this freaking world. And we are saturated in it. Evil, wicked, toxic, demonic, sinister things. And it's everywhere. All simultaneously at the same damn time. And nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares. You know? But situations like this go on, you know what I'm saying? And people want to put, get to acting out. People want to, cause the entire fucking spectacle about shit that is happening. You know what I'm saying? Want to add their 2 cents in some shit that ain't got shit to do with them in the first fucking place. But this is the world we live in, man. The things that y'all should be speaking up about, should be rising up against, you don't. And it's the reason why planet Earth, our country and beyond, is suffering the way it is. There's a conjuring of demonic entities and deities in this world. And that's the cause of a whole lot of wicked, toxic, demonic, corrupt things that goes on. Okay? So I'm going to wrap up today's tea time therapy with Tiffany, guys. Okay? Yeah. We are amongst witches, warlocks, and demons. Oh my. People are trying to survive in the midst of a shutdown, showdown. But it makes you wonder, how does a person become so fucked up in this world to be as awful and evil and toxic as what we are seeing? And entitlement isn't really entitlement when your lawmakers are the very ones who have offered you a lie. Okay, guys? And what I was telling y'all a few minutes ago, whether you have faith or you believe in anything higher than yourself or not, you were already given for free everything that you needed to live and to survive. It may not be how you want to live. It may not be what's popular, what's the most comfortable, or anything like that. Okay? But the people back in the day, they lived long, full lives, if you think about that. I brought up a lot of them people from back in the day because them people lived long, full life. Many of them people lived to hundreds and some years old. And many of them had, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 children. Okay? They lived long, full lives. And guess what? They didn't have the pollution, the viruses, the diseases, and all the other shits, or even medication, different things that we have in this world today. A lot of the problems that we have in this world today. It was other issues that was going on, definitely. Okay? But them people survived. And they survived off of things that we got today that they didn't have then. And they not only survived, but they lived long, full lives. Okay? Y'all know the saying, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime. Those of you who know how to fish, who know how to hunt. See, this is the reason why those of you so bougie and it's been so spoiled and stuck up, you've been killing a whole bunch of animals unnecessarily. These poor animals. Because when times such as this come along, you know what I'm saying? Because right now, it's about the poor people who gets government assistance. Next time, bitch, it's going to be so apocalyptic, it's going to touch everybody in this fucking world. See, this was a test run. This was a test run that was done on the poor to see what y'all would say and see how y'all would act. The next time, it's going to even touch all of you who think you got it all and think you got it made. Because the end is coming. It's not near, it's here. When it get real Armageddon-like, apocalyptic-like, this shit gonna go down for real. And we're not gonna be talking about things to the likes of government shutdowns and goddamn benefits for poor people. No, baby. I'm gonna see how many of you gonna be willing in that. Get so desperate to have to commit crimes just to survive. Okay? But don't forget how to survive. See, a lot of y'all eating shit that is unnecessary to eat, especially when it comes to the animals. Y'all would be surprised what people eat. They eating all kinds of shit that is unnecessary to even eat right now. And none of these animals are going to even exist when shit go down and we really need to hunt for these animals. And live off the meat of the nourishment of these animals. Okay? But y'all have to learn how, this is the reason why people need to learn ground root fundamentals. What plants, what berries you can eat out in the wild. How to start a fire without any type of accelerant or a lighter or a match. How to take logs and sticks and pieces of wood and put together makeshift shelters. How to go out and fish. How to hunt for deer, for rabbits, for, you know, how to survive. The people well before you, that lived hundreds of years ago, they survived without electricity. They survived without Wi-Fi's. They survived without any assistance. And they living longer than y'all in this damn daytime. Or this day and time. It may not look pretty and it may not be comfortable. But you need to know how to survive. And this day and time, and none of you probably want to live like that. You couldn't imagine going back to living in fucking shacks. You couldn't imagine the only source of light that you might have might be from the use of a fire or something like that. You may not could imagine having to find a stream of water clear enough or you know what I'm saying, and knowing how to sterilize it out in the wild, and that being the only water that you can drink. Folks out in the tropics and in the Amazon and the rainforest, them culture of people, they don't have to go out there and fish with their bare motherfucking hands, man. They can dig right down in bodies of waters where fish is and come up and with fish in their damn hand. Y'all got fancy fishing poles and shit. Fancy boats and shit. Everybody can't afford it. Everybody ain't even able to afford that. Those is luxuries that people have in this daytime. Many of you wouldn't know the first step to hunting, how to skin the animal, and what parts of it you can eat in it, and how you're supposed to do it in anything. You don't have any wildlife skills or how to survive off the grid or anything. And this is shit that people need to learn for such a time as this, because ain't shit promised to us. Tomorrow's not promised to us. Resources aren't promised to us. You gotta know how to survive. And the things that I'm talking about right now, it may not get that bad for a little while. But those of you who say are going through and you might be cut off of this and you cut off of that. Yeah, you might not have no no fancy meals or what have you. But you learn how to survive off sandwich meat, cheap sandwich meat, loaf of bread, beans, hot dogs, noodles, cheap shit. May not be the meals you want to eat. Peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? Cheap shit. That'll put a meal in your belly. So you can keep going. Until you can do something better. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. It ain't right, but it's okay. Because it's possible for us to make it anyway. And that is the point. That is the point. And as long as your oppressors can dangle that carrot in your fucking face and snatch that carrot from you at any given time and you lose all fucking control, they're going to forever use that as leverage to manipulate you and to control you, because that's what it's all about with them. Deception, manipulation, control. Now, it's not okay for anybody to treat you like that. But you best know how to stand your ground and how to survive. Should you wake up on any given day and you ain't got nothing and nobody left? That's what it's about. Period. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people don't want to live like that. People may feel like, oh, you better than that. You know your worth. Yeah, I'm better than that and know my worth to fuck too. But like I said, sometimes you got to do what you got to fucking do. We're talking about survival. Survival ain't always comfort. Survival ain't got nothing to do with comfort. Survival don't have nothing to do with luxury. Survival don't have anything to do with happiness. Survival don't have nothing to do with fulfillment. None of that. So y'all need to learn how to survive. In the midst of anything, everything that could possibly be thrown your way. Okay? Because the devil is in the details of everything that's going on in this world. And the devil coming at us is on attack mode every day, day and night. If it's not one thing, it's two or three. If it's not this, it's that. And it can happen at any given time. Don't get comfortable. The moment when you get comfortable, that's when tragedy can strike. That's why I tell you all the time, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. Because the enemy feeds off of fear. The enemy likes how fear tastes. The enemy's pleasure is torment and terrorism of others. The enemy likes to torture people. That's what make the enemy feel good. And then the enemy boosts its own ego and sense of self and arousal off of your fear. Don't willingly give them that shit. Even if doing what you got to do ain't much, and it's at your own fucking detriment. Cause who's to say if you could survive? But it is what it is, y'all, okay? We're going to conclude this tea time therapy with Tiffany, guys, okay? I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about some of these things, guys. That's what's going on here. I got some other work to do, so we're going to wrap this up. I do thank you all for listening and for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. That is your free way to show your support to help grow the channel. Okay, for those of you who like to contact me, you can do so at tiff.diamond.36@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is shine bright like a diamond 36 with the underscore between each word. For any persons who's interested in donating to the channel, it is greatly appreciated. I do thank you in advance. You can do so through Cash App, $tiffdiamond36, or through PayPal, which is paypal.me/add36diamond. Real quick, y'all, real quick side note, I want to say something else too, guys, okay? A lot of things I just want to say this real quick. A lot of things be happening. Well, you know, most of the times when any one in particular thing happens, there's several different reasons as to why that situation is happening. Okay? And many of you all, especially those of you all who have any type of talent, skill, ability, spiritual gifts, you know, any type of creativity or artistic, you know, ability about yourself at all, especially if you are on some type of a platform, you're a content creator, you're an influencer in some type of way. On any given day, you got a lot of people, even people you don't know from Adam, people at a distance who are in competition with you. Who may be jealous, envious, and intimidated by you, but they're definitely in competition with you. I mean, you can have complete strangers who even want some type of retaliation, punishment, payback, or revenge on you because of what, you know, you got going on or what you may do. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to throw this out there, y'all. There are several different people on many different platforms, from professional individuals, from from professional chefs to homemakers, okay, who do cooking videos, okay, and many of them have very popular channels, okay. Many, you know, there's a lot of people who are sellouts, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, they get their sponsors and different things at you know, once they reach, so, you know, a certain level or what have you. You got a lot of people out here who pay for, you know, their subscribers and their viewers and their even the comments and you know, all kinds of stuff. It's crazy or what have you, to get these popular channels that they have or what have you. But for those of you who may have smaller channels, okay, and whether you do it every once in a while or you are frequently posting content, cooking, okay, there's competitors who is in competition with you, okay? And I'm going to tell you something. If you're someone who is, say, I don't want to say less than or poor, but you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, you're the average person or what have you, but you know, you don't have nothing at all, but you don't have a whole lot, okay, and you're creating content or what have you like that. You got people who are in your business who are in competition with you who don't want you cooking because you're cooking better than them, okay? So if you're one of those, and I'm saying this because if you're one of those people who are being hit with things like dealing with situations like, you know, food and different things like that or what have you. You have people behind the scenes who are working against you, who wants to make it impossible for you to be able to cook the meals that you are cooking. One, because you cook better than these people do, and it doesn't matter the fact that these people got more subscribers than you, more views than you, more likes than you know what I'm saying, more popularity than you, that have, you know what I'm saying, that has a channel that brings in more revenue than you, if you're getting anything at all or what have you. But it don't keep people from at a distance competing with you. Okay, and because of what's going on right now, I'm specifically bringing up those of you who do like cooking videos and different things like that, because that seems to be what hate is towards right now. Food and freaking food assistance, medical assistance, and job security and all this other kinds of stuff that is going on or what have you. But really and truly, it's like that for everybody in whatever field you are in. It doesn't matter. But you know what I'm saying, you could be a tarot reader, you could be a gamer, you could be one of those people that do the mystery box reveal type people. Any type of content that you have, you're always going to have other people at a distance who are watching you and who are in competition with you. Okay, and so that was a little quick side note, and that may be only for somebody in particular. Okay, but I've seen a lot of smaller channels who they weren't doing nothing but doing their thing, cooking their meals, and just doing what they do. They wouldn't causing no problems from nobody else. They just at home, they cooking for them and their families, and they put this on display. But they probably are a little poor, or have less, basically. Okay, and there are people who do the same thing, cook on their channels and different things like that, who got popular platforms, who are in competition with you, and they're trying to knock you out the box, so where you won't have any fucking food to even be able to do your videos. Okay, bitches be hating like that. Okay, and it's crazy, it's wild, because this world is big enough for everybody in this world to be somebody if you wanted to, on whatever level you choose to be on. This world is big enough for everybody to have a talent, a skill, an ability, a hobby, creativity, artistic, views. Well, you don't have only one singer in the whole fucking world. So, you know what I'm saying? For one singer to be jealous of another singer, or one actor to be jealous of another actor, or one content creator, influencer to be jealous of another content, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are not the same. Y'all are different. You know what I'm saying? But this world is big enough for all of you to exist. So I don't even understand why people be like this or what have you. But y'all would be surprised. Y'all would be surprised as to how competitive people is, bruh. You just living your life and doing you, and kind of, most people that create content, just regular episode people, you're doing what you've been called to do, or either what brings you joy and make you happy, whether you're trying to do it on a professional level or not. And you got people who be in competition with you that you don't know from Adam, and you ain't even in no competition with them because you don't even know them to be in any kind of competition with them, but they are in competition with you. Okay, and they hate every time you do something creative or artistic, or you know what I'm saying, and they want to stop you, they want to block you, they want to shut up in you. They hate to see certain, I don't know why these people think that their subscribers are leaving and coming to other people just because they happen to see that other people may be viewing somebody else's content. Now, remind you, you may have a smaller platform or channel, and these people got popular fucking channels where they got hundreds of thousands to millions of followers. Okay, they getting thousands upon thousands of dollars for show from whatever platform they own. You might not be getting the fuck nothing and barely get any views. Okay, but they feel some type of way about you. It's the mere fact that you are there, and they feeling like you're doing cooking better than them or doing something better than y'all. Would be surprised just as how ignorant people are. But it's people like that in this world. Okay, just like the people that's got a whole lot of shit to say or what have you, just because they're not in a position. But it is stupid. Just because they're not in a position to need assistance, they got slick shit to say, slick shots and wisecracks to say about people who are on assistance or getting some type of assistance, when this world is equal opportunity. So if you fell down in some bad situation and you need assistance, even you and your children would be able to get assistance, stupid ass. So what would be the point in acting like that towards any fucking body? It's not a select group of people. Oh, This is only for y'all because y'all are special. This is for anybody. It's for everybody. Even the people who are talking shit, if they were ever in need, they could apply for some type of assistance or something they need. But people are so spiteful and so hateful and so evil. And I swear to God, people are opportunists, and they sit around and they wait for some type of crisis. They wait for something to happen to either go out and do something ignorant or say something ignorant. Okay? And you could tell that it's been on the tip of their tongue for the fucking longest, and they've been waiting for such a time, for something to pop off so they could say some slick shit, because that's how they felt all the fuck along, because they didn't like you to begin with. I can't stand that shit. I can't stand that shit. Because it's liable a bitch that ain't gonna say that shit in your damn face. Any damn way. But people feel so safe and so secure and so comfortable behind these goddamn cameras, bro. People saying and doing all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's going on, y'all. That is what is going on, okay? But things have really gotten ridiculous. People putting together AI freaking videos and whole little skits and different things like that. I seen this one video where these little old ladies was in the grocery store trying to get their groceries, and they would ask, the workers for help. And then, because they were talking about how, Walmarts and different Targets and all these other stores, they was going to close their doors November 1st and, not allow people to come in the stores and shit like that or what have you. And then at first they were talking about how these stores are going to beef up their security and shit, which they do anyway around the holiday times, especially around Black Friday time and different things like that, y'all. This damn video was showing these little old ladies in the store with their little old baskets getting their groceries, okay, y'all, and they were showing stores, and they hadn't beefed up their security. So every time these little ladies asked for something, they picked up something on the shelf, they would have the security come out of nowhere and just tackle that. It's like a football tackle them. Y'all, this shit was so ridiculous. I'm like, oh my God, these little old ladies, for God's sake. Like, y'all, this is how ridiculous this shit is, guys, okay? But sometimes you got to laugh to keep from crying, because shit is crazy in this world, y'all, okay? So anyway, y'all, as always, y'all take care of yourself, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies, honey. Remember, this is a wicked, wicked world that we live in. There's wickedness in high places, and there's evil that's lurking around each and every corner, even in a neighborhood near you. So y'all watch your surroundings. Watch the company you keep, watch surroundings in the company in which your children are in as well. And considering the fact that you never know when someone may betray you, backstab you, try to hurt you, or harm you, honey, keep you some protection on you. Y'all stay awake, stay aware, stay vigilant, and stay prepared, because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, baby. Until the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste. I am that I am, created in the image of God.